Hello? Are we on? Oh my gosh, it's working. I can't believe it. This was so stressful.
Miracles
Hi,
on miracles.
welcome to the zine release party. We're here with Billy McCall. Say hi, Billy.
Hi. Billy
Uh,
and Drew together again.
I know it's been a really long time.
Way too long.
So
It's funny,
no, no, go
you
ahead. No,
please go
please,
ahead.
please, after you, Billy.
Well, I just think it's funny because we hadn't really talked much, and then I had this idea. I want to make a zine about you and your music. And so we're like, yeah, let's schedule a Zoom call and let's talk about it. So we had like a 4 hour conversation, and then months later made a zine, and like now we're like chatting again like a year later.
Yeah. The zine was just an excuse for us to like hang out and chat and also work on a project. It's been a really long time since we worked on any sort of art project together.
True. It's all coming together wonderfully.
So I've got the magical zine here in person. This is Proof I Exist number 44.
Yeah.
So this was all done by Billy. I can't take any credit really. uh,
Definitely done by both of us.
and then actually, if you order the zine, you actually get this cool sticker, which was made by Wendy Murphy. Shoutouts to Wendy.
um, so for my subscribers and people that order the zine from me, I just put it in the envelope. But then for stores, when stores order it, I've been actually scotch taping it into here
That's the
so then
pro
people
move.
read, and then if they want, they can either leave it there or they can peel it off and have a sticker. Um, Funny thing, so I took my sticker and I put it up. You actually can see it right. Put it right here on
Yeah.
one of my little drawers there. And Alicia was in here a little bit ago earlier tonight, and she was like looking at it, she's like, "Oh, that's really cool. Those circles say OD." I was like, "No, what?" She's like, "Yeah, it's an O and a D." I was like, "Is that true?" I'm gonna ask Drew. I think it is OD. I just thought
Shoutouts.
it was some abstract, cool, we're moving forward in time. It's got some motion lines.
You're
I did
you're
not
literally
I did not
describing
read
what
that as the letter.
you're describing exactly why Wendy is a genius. Like it's all of that. It's moving in time, but then it's also O and D. I also like to think that this is like a throwback to old telephone advertisements. So I feel like this is like
I
the
don't get that. What do you mean?
the old telephone companies like MCI, AT&T. They're
Oh, they'd
old
have like
like
the motion
yeah, they
lines
have
and
like
the
that kind of
yeah, yeah.
like breakup. So that was kind of some of the stuff that I was like wanting the sticker to look like.
Just like if I just kind of blur my eyes and look at it, you know what it reminds me of? It looks like a label on a VHS.
That is
Because
also another inspiration. So you're spot on.
it's like the same shape as the little sticker that would be on a VHS.
Exactly. And then this would be kind of where like the spools, showing like the
Mm-hmm.
videotape. Um, Sorry to interrupt you real quick. We got to give some shout outs to all the people. We got Siri, we got Kedbreak from Japan, we got Laura from Seattle, we got Ash from Australia, we
Australia.
got Heidi, we got Jeremiah, we got Larson Scan.
All
Hi.
kinds of people.
Asking, hey Drew, how's Frank? Frank is currently in the family room watching this on the PlayStation.
The Frank fan club.
Yeah, yeah, and actually, Frank's squad is mentioned. Actually, oh, Frank got the back cover of the zine
Frank got the
here.
back cover,
Frank squad.
crossing off the weekly chart.
So I'm here to interview you, Billy. So this is Proof I Exist 44. How long ago did you start Proof I Exist number one?
When I moved to Chicago, I'd been there for a couple of years, so probably the first one came out like 2002. It's like 20 years.
Oh, that's amazing. Um,
Yeah. So and the great thing about zines is sometimes I'll do, in a month and a month and a month and a month, and then I'll go 6 months without doing one. So it's a sporadic thing, and I've had other zines where I always keep the format the same, and Proof I Exist, I always change the size. Sometimes it's color, sometimes black and white, and everything's different. But I've never done. I've had a couple interviews here and there, but I've never done like a whole issue of one interview, so that
I'm
was
so
a brand
honored.
new thing for me.
It's kind of ridiculous. And then Proof I Exist has always been what? Just your life story, anything that you want to talk
Yeah,
about? Yeah.
just anything that pops on my mind. If I travel somewhere, I'll usually write about my travels or just whatever I'm into at that time, whatever is interesting or exciting. The I feel like, yeah, I don't know. Some of the issues are probably not that good. Some are put out pretty quick. Some are like really in depth, and I take a long time to work on them. So every issue is a little different.
And if you guys see the website there, behindthezines.com, that's Billy's website. And you can check out zines that he has made and also zines that he distributes. But then he also has a subscription option where you can actually subscribe to anything that Billy makes. So Billy not only makes Proof I Exist, but you make a ton of other zines.
I make a bunch of zines, and sometimes if I do like a photo project, or if I get stickers printed, if you're on my everything list, I'll mail you a sticker. Just any sort of. There's different levels because I do a monthly newsletter, so you can subscribe just to the newsletter that I do every month, or you can subscribe to anything I make, which might be a book or a CD or
Right. So
anything.
I was just gonna say you've done a couple books as well.
Yes,
That's
I have.
awesome. Mary Beth of Baby Magic is in the chat.
Do you remember Mary Beth?
How-
How could you forget?
Yeah, that's an insane question. How could you forget? I met Mary Beth through you, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I
And
believe
then
so.
Mary Beth became my like brother from another mother.
I knew Mary Beth through film school through Columbia College in Chicago. Went to film school together, and I knew you from other places, but you do a bunch of music and she does a bunch of music, and I'm like, at some point you guys got to like hang out and meet each other because really different musical styles, but the same passion of like always making something.
Also, between the three of us, there's like this like violent performance art energy that the three of us have. In different,
Yeah,
we're in different angles of that triangle, but we all three of us have
definitely.
that. So
I texted someone about this live stream that we're doing, and a friend of mine, an old friend from Chicago, said, "Oh yeah, Orange Drink. I love Orange Drink. I remember seeing you rolling around on the floor at the Underground Lounge.
yes, oh my gosh, that's
Do you remember
amazing.
that? Because I don't remember that."
What? Okay, wait, hold on. You seriously don't remember that?
I mean, I barely remember the Underground Lounge. What's really sad is I didn't even drink back then. I think I just did so many things. You know what I mean?
That's so funny.
I had a friend. I went to. I was hanging out with a friend in Baltimore, and we used to know each other in Chicago. And he was like, "Yeah, remember when I made that giant avocado costume, and we made a film, and we went down to the beach of the lake in Chicago, and you were totally naked, and it was 7 in the morning, and you crawled out of this avocado like it was birthing you." And I said, "I don't remember that." He said, "You were totally naked, and there's joggers, and you were like, there's like a big trail." I'm like, "I don't remember that."
You're like, sounds
So I
about
don't
right.
remember the Underground Lounge thing either. I don't
Okay,
know.
well, I'm so excited because we obviously did not plan what we're going to talk about tonight, but this Underground Lounge story is like the perfect setup. Okay, so Underground Lounge is in Wrigleyville in Chicago,
And you went
and
down a couple steps, right?
yes, hence Underground Lounge.
Okay, I remember the venue. Yeah.
And the clientele was like really like the post baseball game crowd, which is arguably not the experimental art rock crowd. So somehow we
Arguably the exact opposite.
arguably the exact opposite, and
Do you know any Blink 182? Thank you.
and I don't even know how I got the show there. Oh no, I do know how I got the show. Flabby Hoffman. That's how I got the show.
Oh,
Shout
Flabby
outs,
Hoffman.
shout outs to
out
like Chicago legend. So
Legend Flabby Hoffman.
I never would have played a show there had it not been for Flabby Hoffman, because it's like no one's gonna come to that show. So we
Yeah.
go, and I think I just had this like concept that when we go to the show, there's not going to be a lot of people that are going to be interested in the experimental music that we're going to play. So we should really like make it. I don't know. Orange Drink has always had this like antagonize the audience vibe. So I was
Why
like, well,
is that? Because you're like the nicest person.
thank you, I appreciate that. It's not about me like antagonizing people, but it kind of maybe artistically that I really want to push the boundary. So I think some of that comes across in the performance as either like violent or antagonistic. So confronted with this idea that like, hey, you're gonna go to this sports bar and then you're gonna play this experimental electronic music and no one really there is gonna care at all. So then that makes me feel like, well, what could I do to like make them get out of their seat and either the whole like car accident thing, like you have to look just at a
Whatever
sheer.
it is, you got to pay attention.
Yeah, so I feel like that has been a lot of the Orange String energy from like playing shows where there's like three rock bands in a row, and then there's Orange String, and I'm like, I got to do something, but I don't want to sacrifice like my artistic vision. I like really want to go for it, and I want everyone to get either excited or upset, or like I want them to feel something. I want to distract them from the baseball game that they're trying to watch on the TV.
Yeah.
So I don't know how we came up with this idea, but I said to you, can you just come up on stage and act crazy? And you were like, sure, let's do it. And this is also
That's like the perfect and also worst instruction to give me. I have like so many bandmates that after the band breaks up, they're like, all those shows we played, I really wish you hadn't done this, and this, da 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 da. But I get on stage, I'm like, look at all these people looking at me. I love it.
Yeah, I was like, I can't not. So I also wanted to remind you that this was like heavy in the Party Patrol era.
Oh, Party Patrol, shout out.
Okay, so man, we're just like dropping all the like Chicago lore.
Chicago 2005. Party Patrol was just me wearing silly outfits that I got from thrift stores and getting my friends to wear silly outfits from thrift stores. And the show would be like, Party Patrol! That was it.
Uncle Fun alumni Laura just messaged Party Patrol in the chat.
Laura knows all about everything we're talking about.
So,
I bet she knows about Flabby Hoffman even.
Hell yeah. So Billy had no shortage of jumpsuits with like all kinds of paint on them. So Billy wore this jumpsuit and you also had goggles or something. And then I think the aesthetic was that Orange Drink is a band from a European country and we do not speak English. So you made up some insane gibberish. I didn't talk. I had a laptop, a MIDI controller, a sampler. So I go behind, I start the music, and you're like, we are doing Orange Drink. You, and like that is an actually accurate imitation of how you spoke. So you said all that stuff, the music's going, I'm like cranking it as loud as they'll allow it. And then you start just like gyrating in people's faces. Oh man, Bradley Adida was at that show.
Bradley Adida is the one that said, I remember you rolling around on the floor. He's the one I texted tonight that texted me back. And now that you're telling the story, I remember it vaguely. I do remember it a little bit. I don't remember rolling on the floor, but I'm sure I climbed on a table and knocked over a drink and did a bunch of stuff I don't remember.
Also, shout out to Bradley Adida, another zinester. Very poorly. I think I have some footage from that show of people just like, they're like in a conversation. They're just like, what? Bradley fell asleep during the show, and there's a photo of you like next to Bradley and he's asleep. So the show couldn't have been that good because I wanted to like get people upset and shock them into a new plane of consciousness, and Bradley fell asleep. So
I would guess in a bar of 50 people, he was the only one that came to see us.
100%.
There's no way he was there by accident, right? He had to have come because I invited him.
Yeah.
And other than that, it was like people that was like Cubs fans, which I love the Cubs. I love the White Sox. I'm a jock also. I love sports. I got my Blackhawk mug.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Against people that like sports, but like you said, not exactly the environment for experimental rock.
I'll say this: even though Bradley fell asleep during the show, he did remember Orange Drink. So Checkmate.
Not so bad then. Not so bad. That's
Oh man.
funny.
Um, what was it like making this zine? Mostly by yourself.
Way more work than I thought it was going to be.
Why was it way more work?
So anyone that's ever done an interview, you record audio and then you got to turn it into text. And there's a bunch of wonderful programs now that will do that automatically. And Drew actually was the one because I was being cheap. I didn't want to pay for any service. So I'm like, get your free trial and translate 2 paragraphs or whatever. And so Drew translated all, like did it all talk to text. But even then, it doesn't get it exact. You still have to edit it. And we have a bunch of little, hey, this is off the record, but here's my opinion about blah, blah, blah. But don't put that in the zine. And so I had to cut out a bunch of stuff and a bunch, and just, we talked for 4 hours. And I think this is as much as what people need to read. You know what I mean? Just because people get bored, at least for me, like I don't need like a whole huge thing. So I'm like, just get the good stuff. Try to keep it focused on the music. Yeah, exactly. I put the the total word count.
Length of
I edited it
conversation,
out.
3 hours.
20,000 words didn't make it into the final thing, right?
Oh man.
So anyway, it was just way more work than I thought it was going to be. Way more time consuming. But it was fun and it was good, and I'm really happy with the final product. I like that there's some pictures. Our conversation kind of wanders around art and music. And then I have a couple little stories about like the time I met you and a time I did a thing with you, just to kind of break it up a little bit. But it's unlike any zine I've ever done, and it's really cool. It's funny too, because I was like, it's going to be this much if we do color, this much if we do black and white. And you were like, what if we do a color cover? And I'm so glad we went with color cover and glossy. Costs a little bit more, but I think it's like great. I think it turned out really great. So I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, and then actually there's color on the inside cover too, which is pretty cool. Look at those Orange Drink album covers.
Yeah. But it was cool. Like, so a lot of people and I like that we're doing this event because I feel like there's a lot of Orange Drink people that have never heard of me, and there's a lot of zine people that have never heard of you. So it's a good way to kind of like bridge these kind of communities because you and I are good friends, right? But it's people, a lot of people that I've already mailed this out. I started mailing it out in December, so a lot of people have already got this and had a chance maybe to kind of flip through it. But yeah, it was just like a really good, fun conversation. But the whole thing was that last year you did, or in 2022, you did a thing called Weekly Beats. So the whole thing is about talking about weekly beats, and which is a project where you write a song every week, and you also are making a video every week. And that's just like, it's just insane to me. It's just insane to make a video every week and actually do it. Like forget what the video is about. Like I'm going to post a video every week, and then, but I'm going to write a song every week, and the video is for the song. And like, it was just so much work, and in the grand scheme of art in the world, you know what I mean? Like you dedicated a year of your life to this project, and it's like so cool to me.
Thanks. I really appreciate that. That really means a lot to me because I also respect what you've done with your zines. I mean, come on, man. You did 44 of these. Like that's a lot of work, and then alongside with all the other zines that you make. So I think I'm really happy that we did this together because you actually have like a big role in the history of Orange Drink because of Uncle Fun and all the people that I met through you or being at Uncle Fun, and then Rachel, who became an Orange Drink band member. I also met through you, and then we played a show upstairs of Uncle Fun. And Party Patrol. Then actually, do you remember we did a couple shows where you did VHS visuals when you got the VHS mixer?
Yeah.
Remember that? And then we played at my friend's clothing store. Do you remember that? They had a clothing store on Belmont. And
where was that at? Was that Clothes Optional?
No, it was called Vicious Cycle. And it was near that one place that has all the leather clothes that I've forgotten now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I think on Clark Street somewhere, right?
Something around
or
there.
Belmont. I don't know, Clark and Belmont areas.
Yeah.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
For people that don't know, Uncle Fun was this toy store that we worked at, and it was a magical, just magic people came there. Like you met all kinds of cool people every day and cool artists, and it was a special spot.
highly magical. And you know, we shouldn't spoil it because the story of how Billy met me is in the zine in black and white.
Yes.
Great story. Whenever I see that era of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like I think of you 100%.
So almost all of this is interview of you and I having a conversation. Mostly me asking questions and you answering, some in the other direction. But I told two stories. I told a story when I met Drew, and then I told a story about the time that I kind of participated, but not the Underground Lounge story, but a different story of some orange drink show. And I assume I got a lot of those details wrong, and that it's interesting because Drew didn't correct me or tell me his version of those two events because he was obviously present at both those events. But it's just like this is how I remember it. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but this is just how I remember it. And Drew let me keep the stories as I wrote them.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna make my own zine about you and like all the stuff that you got wrong. We got the upgrade now. I don't. Zoom is asking us to upgrade on our stream. Zoom, we're not gonna upgrade.
We got 9 minutes left.
Yeah, so.
Hey, does anybody out there have any questions?
Yeah, we'd love to take. We got 18 people in the chat. I think we got some YouTube homies and some Twitch homies. Feel free to ask random questions, including questions that have nothing to do with the zine. Whether we prefer beach or mountains. What was our favorite video game that we played in 2023?
Wow. Are these questions you're asking?
No, those are sample questions.
Our fans and followers.
Yeah.
I want to give another shout out to Siri, who lives in Lewiston, Maine, which is a long ways from where I'm at. I've only been to Maine once, but never to Lewiston. But she's one of my biggest supporters, always commenting, always following, always ordering stuff. So happy that she's here. She was like, "Do I need a Twitch account to watch this?" I'm like, "I don't think so."
Also, shout out to Siri because of you, she got really involved in the Weekly Beats series and watched a lot of those videos and left comments. So it was really great to meet her and interact with her.
She's awesome like that. She's awesome like that.
All right, we got some questions. Larson Scan, do you prefer beach or mountains? I prefer mountains.
Yeah, it's not even close. I prefer mountains. I like going to the beach and I'll hang out at the beach, and then I'm really quickly over it. But I love nature. Any nature is good. But I'm definitely a Midwesterner, landlocked. I like the mountains.
Heidi asks, favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I'm assuming they're asking which turtle. So this could be like a hour-long thing and we only have 7 minutes because like I have like eras of my life where I identify it closer with one turtle or another. But like right this second, I'm just gonna say Raphael.
Wow, and known as the angry one, the moody one, the one who yells, the one who wants to fight. Those seem like the opposite of all you. So maybe it's not the opposite though.
Maybe we should do another call where we talk about. Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Depending on the day, same thing. Different moods. I relate on deep levels to all four of them, but I'm a Michelangelo. I always wanted to be Michelangelo. Nunchucks are the coolest weapon.
Skateboarding? Yeah. Come on.
I want to party, man.
Mary Beth, any feedback from your gay song? Because it made me cry. I believe it was your NPR table song. I wouldn't say so. That song is called Life Story, and you will see a picture of it here. And so that was part of the video series. And I did a rap song where I basically told a very abbreviated version of my life story with like a lot of the main bullet points that I don't really would address in a song, like that my parents are from Sri Lanka. I wouldn't like say that in a song. In terms of feedback, I'm not sure if I got any particular feedback one way or another, but I will say that something that felt really good is that a lot of people watched it because it was part of the NPR Tiny Desk contest, And I kind of like this idea that all these people are going to watch this video because it's part of the NPR contest, and they may never listen to Orange Drink ever again. So I'm going to tell them everything about me in like one go. Catch and Ash is from Australia. Are you planning to do videos for Weekly Beats this year? Okay, I am.
I wanted to know the same thing at the end of the zine. I asked you the same thing.
I am, but it's going to be way, 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 way pared down because it was what I did in 2022. Like, I don't think I could ever do that again because of the sheer insanity. It's one thing to like climb a mountain, to be like, I wonder like how high this mountain is, and then it's another thing to climb the mountain knowing exactly how high it is. Just like I'm way too tired to like climb that, because not knowing how difficult it was going to be was one of the reasons I was able to do it, because I was just kind of like naive about it, like, oh, I'll just do it.
Real quick,
Yeah.
I like that the beach mountain question, and you said you were a mountain person, and I want everyone to know that of all these words I edited out, a lot of them were Mount Everest references, because Drew uses mountains as metaphor a lot. So here's the thing about climbing a mountain, man. You just gotta.
That's so wild. Oh my gosh, I never thought about it
I
like
don't know
that.
if you knew that.
No.
That's a Mount Everest reference. Like if you're halfway up Mount Everest, right? Okay, Drew. That's like 5,000 words I can cut out right there. No reference to Mount Everest.
Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're going to rebrand Hemlock Records, and it's gonna be a hemlock tree on a mountain.
Yes. You need a specialty sticker.
Yeah.
Get
Okay.
your sticker designer to do a new one.
Wendy, if you're watching, we're rebranding Hemlock Records. Invoice me. Laura is Team Beach. Laura from Uncle Fun. All cheese, no sauce. Is the beach or the mountain a better place to read your zine? I almost feel like the beach is a better place to read the zine.
Yeah, you know what? I think in general for reading zines or reading a beach is probably better for reading.
Yeah.
So now I'm questioning everything. So I love to read, so I've definitely read more on the beach than I have in the mountains.
Larry Wolf, hi, welcome.
Larry!
Glad to meet Drew via Proof 44. Love the OD videos. Thank you. Level Capybara, my homie from Weekly Beats. Favorite page / part of the zine. I mean, I'm not going to spoil it, but this one, the performance art of Orange Drink, something that was actually really important for me in the videos was to show the performance art, because if people are just listening to MP3s online, they have no idea that this whole like performance art concept is like super, super vital to like what Orange Drink is. And I just thought I really appreciated that, from no prompting of me, that you wanted to talk about it because you thought it was notable. So Billy is retelling a story of a show, and it's so amazing to hear what it was like from his perspective, because I remember it from my perspective. And then the reason why it's my favorite is because I'm not going to show it all, but I have video from that night, and I did a little thing that you'll just have to see.
I was going to say that's maybe my favorite page in the zine is those photos, because I told this story about, I went to this bar with you and we did this performance art thing. And then we got the zine done and we messed up the page count, and I emailed Drew like, we got delay.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I'm glad we messed up the page count.
We need 4 more pages. I'm going to do this and this. I'm going to move this. I'm going to rearrange this. That part's going to go here. We need a couple pages to fill. And you were like, oh, we can do a centerfold of all these like images from the videos. And I think I have some photos. I think I can get some screenshots from that video, of the performance show that you were talking about. And so then to see like still images from a video of like, oh yeah, those guys were like trying to attack Drew. I remember
Spoilers.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so it's really funny to have like slight, even though it's like blurry, black and white, can't really see it, but
the feeling. Yeah, cool. The feeling is there. Oh man, that's so great. We got 1 minute and 18 seconds left. I just want to say I appreciate you, Billy, and I feel like we are kindred spirits, just always doggedly working on our art projects, and
Yes.
we have no idea why we do them, and we don't even know if it's worth it, but we still just like keep like stubbornly
Yeah.
and
Because what else can you do?
well, I mean, like
If you're an artist, you make art.
yeah, that's it. Like it's not even. It's like not. We're not here to have fun. We're here to make
Yeah.
art.
Well, I love you. I appreciate you.
I love you
And,
too, Billy. Thank you for
If you've
everything.
never read my zines, read one of my zines. If you've never listened to Orange Drink, go listen to some Orange Drink right now. Get in touch with us and say hello. And if you're an artist, go make some art.
Yep. See you guys in Weekly Beats 2024. All right. Good night. Bye, Billy. Thanks
Bye,
again.
guys.